in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love Key Talk.
Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. I want to give a shout out to the Notification Gang, Key Talk Gang, even though they really the same thing for rocking with me every single video. If you listen to my voice right now, go to hit the like button so we can pretty much get a video in the algorithm anyway. So check it out, man. It looks like there is some updated news on the Julio Foolio murder, and it's bad news for pretty much all the suspects of the murder, right? Especially the two men, because the female in the case has now came out and said something, and I'm gonna pretty much tell y'all what it is, right? Sorry, nigga, I'm trying to go home, and the acronym for that is snitch. So here's the thing, right? The female has now came out and said, hey, listen, detectives, I'm going to let y'all know what I know, right? I don't know much, but I do know that I let those other two men use my phone, and they were discussing killing Julio Foolio, and I had no idea at all. I thought they just needed a phone to use, so I let them use my phone, and when they was using my phone, I guess they was discussing killing Julio Foolio, but I had nothing to do with that at all, and I don't know nothing about that at all. You already know. Now, everybody expected the female to fold or maybe give some other information. We don't know if she's giving more information than just saying that they used her phone to kill Julio Foolio, but she didn't know, or if she gave even more information. Those details haven't actually came out yet, right? However, some new details did come out, and it pretty much shows that the Sean Gadget guy, the light-skinned, well, they all kind of light-skinned, but the Sean guy is coming out now that the bullet shell casings was found inside of his vehicle. Now, you know, whenever this stuff happens, right, they need to find the shell casings, and there's certain stuff they got to find in order to like legally convict them, right? They found the shell casings in Buddy's car. But even bigger news than finding the shell casings in the car, they've got other evidence that's proven that the dude that killed and shot Julio Foolio that had the shell casings in his car potentially is the same guy that shot Julio Foolio months before in his foot. So y'all know when y'all heard people say, hey, man, we're going to spin the block and we don't get him, we're going to spin again. Well, Buddy didn't get him the first time, so he spent the block again some months later at his hotel on his birthday and then actually ended up killing Julio Foolio. This is just insane. You know, I'm talking about there's no on the fact that Buddy was the one that shot him in his foot and then came back and do it again. Like that's just insane, right? I mean, like, obviously we know that Julio Foolio was getting extremely stalked and like watched all the time. He even told y'all, I got such and such amount of money on my head, and of course everybody want to go collect that money, including the female who don't know nothing at all. She just know that they was using her phone, right? But she had no idea what was going on. Anyway, listen, man, I don't know how much the hit was in order to kill Julio Foolio, but whatever the hit was, we're going to see if that is enough money to cover their lawyers, to cover their bond, all type of stuff, right? This is just the stuff that, you know, whenever people go to do hits and kill people, don't really think about it, because they think, for one, they think that you're going to get away with it. It's too much technology in the world today to think that you're going to kill somebody and get away with it. Maybe you get away for a while, but more than likely, the chances of getting away with murder these days is lower than it was back in the day, because it's just too much technology. It's too much ballistic evidence. There's too many routes to figure this out and that out, right? It's technology. Technology is like running it all. And that's not to say that you can't do it and get away with it. I'm just saying the chances of you getting away with it is extremely slim. But whenever that money come into play, people gonna do whatever, right? And they just gonna hope for the best, hope that they don't get caught, so then they can have all this extra money that that they receive from doing it here. But in actuality, the chance of you getting caught is extremely high. And then more than likely, the little money that you're getting, what, $2,000, $5,000, whatever it may be, even though Julio Foolio said his was like some high up in thousands, still don't be enough to cover the lawyers. If you do get arrested, then you got to have your comments, all type of stuff. A lot of times, it just don't seem like it's worth it, right? Like I said, I'm sure if these people could just rewind back time, they probably go back, not do it at all, especially seeing what happened. And then, of course, if you're going to do some type of hits or something like that, at least clean up all the shell case, like clean up what you need to clean up. That way that if you do get caught and they come looking for something, they don't find the evidence. These dudes were just sloppy with what they did. You know what I'm talking about? And I say they were sloppy because there's shell casings in the car. That's like the easiest thing to find and clean up is the shell casings listening in the car. And then, of course, you know, from that gunpowder, you're going to have to throw them clothes, all type of just crazy, wild stuff that you got to do, right, that they didn't obviously do. But, hey, man, we're going to see how the case go. We're going to see if that female says more, because I can already tell she ain't trying to be in there, right? We're going to see what else she going to say in order to get up out of there. But if she's already said she don't know much, but they were using her phone and she didn't know that, then I can imagine what else she could say. She probably can't say nothing else because she already said she didn't know what was going on, right? Or maybe she comes out and says, you know what, I do know what was going on. Let me get immunity. And because we do know a lot of people get that immunity and then like Woody, you know, get that immunity and then they able to go tell without getting in trouble. So we'll just see how that goes. Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.